family, my Flabo family. So tonight, I am here to support my brother, Titus Preville. I want to share a personal story about Titus that many of you don't know. Years ago, Titus Preville, this man, he taught me when I was at the University of the West Indies. And this man taught me microeconomics and macroeconomics. Yes, he taught me. But what stayed with me was not the formulas. No, it wasn't the formulas. It's how he taught economics and how he connected economics to everyday life. And he used to tell his students, economics is not numbers. It is how a mother feeds her families. It is how a young person gets a chance. And it is how communities survive. That is what Titus Preville taught us. And you know what? He taught us that every time taxes rise, every time the cost of living goes up, every time a government mismanages, who suffers? It is you the people. You the people suffer and you the people feel the pain. Titus understands how policies affect everyday life. And Babonneau, this is the substance of a man that you are getting. A thinker, a teacher, a man who understands people, and a man who will fight for you. And this is why I am standing with Titus Preville, your representative for Babonneau. And I am proud to endorse him as the next parliamentary rep for Babonneau, Titus Preville. Someone who will fight for you, not forget you, and most importantly, will not switch on you. And we are led by a strong visionary man. Do you know who that man is? The next and best Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Who is he? The Honorable Alan Chasney. A leader with a vision. A leader who truly cares. And this man, he will move St. Lucia forward. He will move St. Lucia forward for you. And he will make St. Lucia rise again. Babonneau, I want to speak to you tonight, honestly, and you answer me. Are you better today than you were in 2019? Your groceries. Are you better off with your groceries? Your bus fares. Your bread. Your gas. Your medication. Everything has doubled. And it is not your fault. You are working harder than ever. And it is not your fault. You know what has changed? That oppressive tax, that 2.5% levy that the Labour Party, led by Philip J. Pierre, has put on the backs of St. Lucians. That is what has changed. What has changed is that inflation is 5 times higher under this Labour administration. And what has changed is the gas prices, the bus fares. And the government keeps saying they care. But you know what? They are only making things harder and harder for you. When Alan Chasney was leading, He capped gas prices at $14.95 a gallon. But under this wicked labor administration, we are paying $16.50 a gallon. Is that right, ladies and gentlemen? My brothers and sisters, yo ka chuke zenu. Yo vle tiwe zenu tout sa nou ni. Me yo pa y fey. Nou ka vini pou wanje bagay. When Alan was in office, he cut the VAT, but they added it back with the health and security levy. And you know what? That health and security levy, we have seen that crime is the worst it has ever been, and healthcare the worst it has ever been in this country. And when we get sick, what happens? When we get sick in this country, what happens? Long lines at our hospitals. No medication in the pharmacies. We have a shortage of doctors and nurses. And we have a hospital administrator. Listen to me. The hospital administrator saying to patients, do not come in until you are at death's doors. You hear me? Imagine a country where you must be dying before you can seek help. And this has been happening for years. Meanwhile, this government isn't doing a single thing to fix the fundamentals. You know, recently, this young man that I know from Labon, he sings in the secret band. He was very ill, and he went to the hospital. He couldn't afford the surgery or whatever treatment he needed. So his family had to plan a barbecue to raise funds for his medicals. And you know what? Before the barbecue could occur, God rest his soul, Masha passed away. This is a man that I knew. He passed away whilst before the barbecue could take place. And this is what has been happening in St. Lucia over and over and over. Many families in St. Lucia are feeling that pain. But you know what the Labour Party is doing? They are busy cutting ribbons and holding opening ceremonies for uncommissioned hospitals but cannot treat the sick. They cannot fill a prescription and they cannot save a life. Are these the people that you are putting the country in your trust? You know what you need to do? When a government has failed you, what must you do? Vote them out. When a government has failed you, what must you do? Vote them out. Because they do not care about you. They do not care about you. All they are concerned about is themselves. That is disrespect. That is a slap in the face of every St. Lucian. You deserve better. But rest assured, the United Workers' Party, under the leadership of the Honorable Alan Shastny, will do better for the people of St. Lucia. This election on December 1st is about one thing. Who has a plan to relieve the pressure? Let me hear you. Who has a plan to relieve the pressure on St. Lucians? The UWP. We will remove the 2.5% levy on everything. We will remove the 2.5% levy on everything. And you know what? We will lower the gas prices to ease the cost of living immediately for all St. Lucians. And for the first time ever in St. Lucia, every single St. Lucian, man, woman, and child will get access to health care of up to $75,000. So no longer would your families have to have barbecues. No longer would your families have to die before they can before they can get that medical attention. No longer will you have to push your hands in your pocket to go to the hospital and to pay that bill. No longer would the elderly person have to make the decision of whether to buy groceries or whether to cut their medication in half, because that is the choice that some of them are making. No, with that health insurance, every person will get the health care that they deserve in this country. Every single person, man, woman, and child. And that is why Babonneau needs Titus. And why St. Lucia needs Alan Chastney as the next Prime Minister of this country. So I ask you tonight, can you afford another 4 more years of this? If your answer is no, then on December 1st, I ask you to vote wisely. Vote for relief. Vote for hope. Vote for action. Vote for Titus. Vote UWP. Vote for a better life. And vote for me, Marcella Johnson in Grosley, because when Marcella Johnson wins, you win. When the United Worker Party wins, everybody wins. And St. Lucia rises. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. God bless you and thank you.